boy Oscino Fly back with another review, and this time this is a movie review. I know I don't do a lot of movie reviews, and I tell people that I did go to film school, so I don't do a lot of movie reviews. I did a lot of TV shows reviews, so my first movie review was going to be Coming to America 2, but I'm going to just wait. But this one, since, you know, first things first, I hope everybody had a wonderful Valentine's Day, and for the single people, I hope you found somebody to like at least say, could you be my Valentine's? But anyway, speaking of Valentine's, and also that is Black History Month, I do want to look at some black movies. I think that's what I'm going to do is somewhat here. I'm going to look at some black movies that a lot of people cherish, and I'm going to probably just review them. This movie done came out, it's just recently came out, but everybody has been talking about it, and I checked it out myself, and I wanted to show you my thoughts on it. The movie is Malcolm Marie, and according to IMDb, it's a director and his girlfriend relationship is tested after they return home from his movie premiere and await critic response. That's the IMDb response, but in hindsight, two people argue for 2 hours. The movie is like an hour, like 106 minutes, so if you I would round it up to about 2 hours, but it's more or less an hour and a half. It's an hour and a half movie of them arguing, really. So that's kind of like the playing view. But I don't want to just leave it there. First things first, it stars Zendaya and John David Washington. I actually like John David Washington as an actor. I've seen him in a couple things in Black Klansman. I thought he was really, really good in there. Zendaya, like, you've been watching her since Disney Channel, so like, seeing her in this type of role is, I kind of like when girls you don't see it in Disney, and I hope this comes out correctly, but I like it when they mature, like, gracefully. I feel like Zendaya has matured gracefully. I think, you know, her parents keep a good head on her shoulders. She's always been a good actor, but you know, she's played those kiddie roles and those Disney roles, and sometimes they can be cheesy. I'm not saying she's cheesy, but you know, sometimes Disney can make their actors very cheesy. This one, she's very, very mature in this one. She's definitely a woman. You don't see her as a little kid in this one. You definitely see her as a woman. And I think she was representing a woman in a correct way, not like over-sexualized, even though she was like most of the movies she's in are underwear and a white beater. But it wasn't like over-sexualized. It was just like a regular smuggler stuff. What do I think of the movie? If you have a significant other, I wouldn't watch this with them. I'm not gonna lie, half of the times me watching this movie, it made me think of my ex-girlfriend sometimes, and like some of the stupid ass arguments I've gotten her. Now, I made this Facebook comment that says they're both toxic and it was Marie's fault. And the reason why I say it's Marie's fault, because I think we have all, like men, and I'm speaking from the men here, we have all been there where like you think we're having a good time and your girl is over there sulking and all that stuff because you probably did something that you probably didn't know that you did, or you did and you apologize and she tells you it's fine, in which she does in this movie, and then when you get home she curses you out, or like she's having a problem. And the thing is, they was going to go to bed, or they was about to, I'm not spoiling much, but you know, because it starts like they about to go to bed and all that other stuff, and she's making them mac and cheese before they go to bed, or he was waiting some critic responses. But anyway, they was going to go to bed, and you know, like the old saying, don't go to bed angry, especially with your couples and all that stuff. It's bad to go to bed angry. So he asked her what's the matter, and she basically just, you know, just let it all out. Now, from her point of view, I get it. I really do get it. Sometimes as men, we kind of like, we do forget things and all that stuff, but I don't know if y'all remember seeing this old joint about men brains are like boxes and women's brains are like wires. For the grace of God, I will put that on there if YouTube don't take it down.
Now, men's brains are very unique. Men's brains are made up of little boxes. We got boxes everywhere. And the rule is, the boxes don't touch. Women's brains are very, very different from men's brains. Women's brains are made up of a big ball of wire. And everything is connected to everything.
I would just put the link in the description box. But it's very funny and it's very educational at the same time. And the reason why I say it starts is because usually he does, and he's admit he's sorry. You ever just, as like fellas, you ever just, you like, even like when you're wrong, you admit you're wrong. For some reason, it doesn't end there. It's always the beginning. And this is what I saw from this movie. Majority of the arguments, it started with her. Like, let's be real, majority of the arguments started with her, and it was just like, it starts with one thing, and they're fine, and they're all like, doing couple shit, and then next thing you know, she brings up shit, and it's just like, what the fuck? I thought we was done arguing. Now, like I said, this is coming from a man's point of view, and like I've had this many debates with women, and like some of them agree with me, so some of them is like, you know, how he didn't do this for, or how he tried to gaslight. He did gaslight, but she also gaslighted too. They're both toxic, but at the same time, it's not to a point where it's like, y'all two should break up. I feel like everybody goes through this. This is like therapy without a therapist, where y'all just put y'all shit out there and all that other stuff. I think a lot of people call it gaslighting because, you know, well, it is gaslighting. Because he brings up her addiction and all that other stuff. And the movie is kind of like loosely based off her. He said like, I wrote this story before you, but I'm not gonna lie, you was the inspiration. But, you know, it was just, she did audition, but she wasn't, in his mind, she wasn't good enough and all that other stuff. It shows you the bad, I feel like this movie shows you the bad side of couples arguing. And then first thing, and also, yeah, I feel like this movie shows you the bad side of couples arguing. And I'm not gonna lie, watching this, it was like, ooh, I've been there. And like, when she argues and starts shit up and he's like, I thought we just finished arguing. I felt that. Like, I've been there where it's just like, I thought we was done. And then like, but you know, as he said, women are like wires. It's shit connects to this, which connects to another thing, which connects to another thing, which just goes around. And then she gets mad at you for something that happened 3 years ago that had nothing to do with you, but you did something that reminded him of something. That's basically what I get with this. But I'm not trying to harp on it because like I said, he did do some toxic shit too. He was gaslighting. He put her down and all that other stuff. Sometimes, I think it was times where he just made it, like, even though he loves her, there's times where, and I admit as a man, we do this. We make our women, especially when we joke around, we don't know how sensitive it is. Well, when we joke on our women, we don't know how sensitive the topics are to them. So we might like, they might like really get hurt. Their feelings really get hurt and we just know. But since we're men and we kind of like man through it, we just like, we don't know why you're mad and all that shit. Like I said, a lot of, you know, it opens up a lot of things, like how women can express their emotions and men really, like, even though I think men are emotional, we just express it in a different way. Even though, like I said, it reminded me of it, the movie was still good. The acting was phenomenal from both John David Washington and Zendaya. I feel like you had to make it work for them to make this type of movie work, especially when there's only two people. The cinematography, I feel like it was really, really great. The black and white was a real good approach. I feel like, I don't know why it's in black and white. I think people do it for artsy stuff. I feel like if it was in color, it would have been good. But I feel like there's a reason why it's in black and white. Not just for some artsy shit. I feel like there's a reason for it. But, like I said, the cinematography was great. I like the camera movements. I like the soundtrack and I like the music backgrounds they was putting around there. I feel like that carried the story. My only nitpick that it was like, it's over an hour and a half long. But I understand like it's a movie, so movies kind of like gotta be an hour and a half long. And I've had arguments that lasted over an hour. So I guess it in hindsight it makes sense. But I feel like it could have been shorter. Maybe like an hour and a half directly, because like the total time is like 106 minutes. So I know that's, it's like 40 minutes. It's like they could have cut 10 minutes out. Like they could have cut 10 minutes out. Maybe 10, 20 minutes out of there. There's like some arguments shouldn't have been had. But like I said, it told the story. John, like both of them was phenomenal. One of my favorite moments where like he's walking and the camera is just like following, like panning to the left and right every time where he's moving somewhere while Zendaya is making a mac and cheese. And you could tell, like, and maybe this is just me from a man point, you could tell your woman is angry, because he did spot it, because it's just like, he wasn't coming in excited and she looked all pissed and shit. Even when she made that mac and cheese was angry. My favorite scene from here was while they was arguing, he's still eating the mac and cheese. I'm mad at you, but I'm gonna finish this mac and cheese and shit. It's like, cause the mac and cheese was really good. I don't think I'm spoiling the movie much. So I know a lot of people's trying to think spoilers, but trust me, I didn't tell you what they was arguing about or what he gaslighted her about. So I feel like this is still worth it. Overall, it's a movie to worth go see. I was going to review this on Valentine's Day, and I was like, but like I said, I wouldn't watch this with your significant other. Like, it's a man. If you have a woman, you probably done some dumb shit to her and all that other stuff. She's gonna agree with some of the shit that she says. Where you're gonna be like, mm-hmm, and you probably looking at her, well, what the fuck you mean, mm-hmm? What do you mean, mm-hmm? That you like, you know. And at hindsight, you don't know. That's why. But at the same time, it's a good movie. It's a good watch. The soundtrack is really good. You will love the cinematography. Hell, the black and white, I was just like, I do like black and white, so I feel like it worked for this movie. I feel like black and white only good if it works for a scene or like a whole movie. This worked. John David Washington is a phenomenal actor. I still think he should be the next Black Panther, but I know how people feel about that. I know people like probably gonna be saying nah, but I think he could fit that Black Panther role well. But that's another argument, and we're not going to get into that. So my thing, I recommend that you do watch it, just not with your significant other. But if you do want to watch with your significant other, I feel like you're going to argue about something. Trust me. So let me know what y'all think. Did y'all like the movie? How did y'all feel about Zendaya and John David Washington's performance? Is there like anything else you would like to see me review? Because I'm thinking about reviewing old black movies since it is Black History Month, and I should like watch old movies. We black. We black out here. Till then, my name is Oscino Fly, and I'm out. Peace.
Fancy ass man wear glove of rings, flying around town in a tub of wings. Found out how to make love to fiends. He mixing that fudge with the drug of dreams. She too teenage to have a drug of choice, but she fuck with that Royce like she love Detroit. She rollin'.
Pharaoh.